Okay, so in theory, it should be working. Hey, that's a video. That's a video. And hey, we're live on Twitch too. Cool. There we go. Okay. Okay, so what the heck are we doing? This is a little different than the normal setup, obviously. Uh, Today, I'm going to take a crack at fixing the socket on an EVGA z270 for the Win-K. And this motherboard was actually one that I found at a local Goodwill. It was like new in its box. Still had the like socket cover plate. It didn't look like it had been used before. I did notice that the board was a little warped, but I thought maybe that, was just, I don't know, it had shit piled on top of it. It was spotless, so no sign of thermal paste or any scratches on it, anything like that. And it was a good price, so I acquired it. And it's kind of just been like sitting around for a while because I thought, oh, one day I'll do like an SLI build with it, and it'll be fun. Uh, that never happened. So I've had this board for about a year, and eventually I thought, okay, well, I have to do something with it. And so I put it on the Facebook Marketplace. And this board sat on Facebook for like a month. And then uh, somebody had messaged me about it, wanting to know if it would work with their CPU. And they did not know which CPU they had. And so I told them to take a picture of it. And they had I want to say it was a 6500. It was like an i5 6500, something like that. And so I was like, oh yeah, we'll get it plugged in and we'll test it out, and if it works for your CPU, then we'll we'll go ahead and get it running for you again. I don't know what happened to his motherboard, but it must have been catastrophic because when the guy arrived, his CPU was so beat up that like I don't know what he must have done to it. I don't have a CPU that we can use as a demonstration, but basically like the IHS and the corners of the actual, like, I don't know if it's the die or the chip, were bowing inward as if like a ton of pressure had been put on the IHS, and the whole CPU was visibly bent. And so uh, he insisted on trying it with the EVGA, and I basically was like, I don't think that's gonna work. Just simply because it's not gonna line up with the socket. And so anyways, what I ended up doing was selling him a different CPU and a different motherboard. Um, and he took his broken CPU home with him, right? Well, I got looking at that EVGA board afterwards, because I realized that the CPU that I sold him was one that actually worked with that board. So I wanted to test it before I sold it to him. So I did. And the board works fine. However, I couldn't get the CPU to work, and that's because the socket, the LGA 1151 socket, is very damaged. We'll get that in a minute, but before we do all that, and I want to preface all of this by saying this is not a tutorial. I am not a professional. I'm not licensed. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a guy that enjoys tinkering, and I'm going to try to fix a motherboard so that somebody can use it. That's the goal today. And so in front of me, we have a couple pieces of equipment we're going to play around with. I've got a webcam here, and I may adjust the setup here in a minute, but until then, we want to project you. Full screen projection. There we go. That should work. And then I'll just tilt this guy back. And so what I want to do first is get this test bench set up better for working on this board. And so that's going to mean removing the PSU and the SSD and shifting these legs on the side down a little bit so that it can sit level. It's a little tilted right now. It should be more level than this. And so we're going to attempt to do that stuff first. Let me see where this is actually mounted on here. It's in the back, of course. Probably could have done and removed all of this first, but you know what, that's okay. My DAC is in the way, my everything's in the way. Just scoot that back. Ugh, can't get a good angle on it, and there's no room to move this thing. This would make more sense for the time being. Oh, and I need a bigger Phillips. That's half my problem. So once we get this test bench thing set up, dang. We'll look at how bad the motherboard is, but I counted at least 5 bent pins on the board. I'm an idiot. Or just blind, I'm not sure which. Probably a little bit of both. I'm over here using the wrong bit again. like I said, this is not designed to be a tutorial. This is not advice. This is just a guy who really wants to fix a broken motherboard and probably doesn't know the right way from the wrong way. I've had some luck bending pins recently. I had well, my CPU, which is a 5600X, was swapping out the cooler in my girlfriend's PC, and I managed to bend the pins on my CPU. So I think I bent 2, and it took me about an hour. But now that I've done it once, maybe it won't be so bad. We'll see. Now the question is, are these the same screws? No, these are specifically for the bracket. Okay. I'll just keep all this over here for right now. And the PSU is not really important, so we'll just ditch that. Set you down somewhere. Okay. And then I'm going to want to move these guys down, so I have to take the mount and put it on this side. Show you what I got going on here. Try to anyways. Underneath this leg, it's like a little, I don't know how to explain it. Oh, I may need to get a precision something or other. Well, let's get the shit. So there's these little slides that go in the rails for this janky test bench, and they're not the most reliable thing. They just kind of exist. They basically use this little guy that slides into the rails, and then you basically just like screw into it to create a force fit. It's kind of dumb. And I just dropped like 3 of those all over the fucking floor. Okay. Get our SSD out of the way. Now, I gotta look for bits and pieces of random stuff. You know, it would probably help. Yeah. Some light. Oh, I found one. God only knows what else is missing. I think that's it. Just making sure. Didn't lose anything else. I do have some spares for this test bench, so it's not that big of a deal. But if I can go without losing pieces, that would be ideal. Okay, we probably don't need this. Alright. Oh, there's the other one. It was inside here. Okay. So there should be 4. There's 5. That means there should be 6. So I'm still missing 1. Oh well. It's around here somewhere. And then if I remember right, you loosen this, it lets you slide it, but it's going to have to come out and get flipped around and actually go on the other side. So give me 1 second. Oh, I found it. It was on the chair. We should probably do the smart thing. Put all this little stuff on here so it doesn't get lost. Okay. I'm trying to remember how this thing works. It's pretty cool for what it is, but there are aspects of this test bench that drive me fucking crazy. Oh, you know what? It's actually an Allen key. That's right. I forgot all about that. Oh. You know what my problem is? I probably need coffee. That appears to be the right size. Get this out of here. Yeah, and so these little slides use a threaded Allen key head to lock them in place, and then they just kind of slide out like that. That's how they work. I mean, it works, but it can be a little finicky. Okay. So what we actually want to do is attach them like this to be able to lay it flat, but I'm gonna have to move them because they're not lined up to be able to do that yet. But I think I can get away with just loosening those little threaded inserts, whatever they are. Yeah, they'll slide if they're just loose, which is fine. And then, actually what I might do is turn it around. Yeah, we'll flip them around. And then line them up so that they sit flush like that. So I should probably do that one first, hey? Since I can't sit the other one level. You think this is cringe? Wait till we get to the wait till we get to the fucking the motherboard. Oh boy. These are not double-ended, okay. Just want to make sure it's nice and lined up so this thing will sit flat. And we'll mount the PSU to these guys on the bottom, and it'll put all the weight on the bottom so that it can actually stand up if need be. I don't know what the use case is for that, but it'll be better than it being slanted. Now, the reason I had it set up like that was because I thought, oh, I'll slant the test bench so that I can slide the microscope underneath it. This is a weird outward stream. Oh, did Twitch not update my stupid thing? Oh, it's still under outward. I am so sorry. Look at that. Let's see if I can update that. There we go. What do you mean? It says science and technology right there. Doesn't say outward. Whatever. Where'd you get that idea from? There's no such thing. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Now, the other issue that we may come into contact with is that for a full ATX board, we may not have enough room for the power supply on the bottom unless we put it in a weird location. So I might end up having to shift these up a little bit, which I really would rather not do just because of how finicky these are, but you know what? If it comes down to it, we will. Now, like I said, the PSU is not important for what we're doing, but I would like to take this opportunity to set my bench up right. So, I don't know. We might do that. Let me get this guy tightened back down. Okay, it's kind of on there. The important thing is to line it up on this axis first, and then I can level it out when I have the desk space for it. Just want to get it cinched down enough to where it's not weebling and wobbling everywhere. And then we can fix this one. I suppose I could attempt to show you guys what I'm doing over here. I'm just adjusting the legs. That's pretty straight. Yeah, it feels level enough. Okay, the real question is, does it stand up? It does. And it's not wonky. Well, okay, it's wonky, but it's not as wonky. Now I know why they give you an Allen key with this thing, because you can't really get in here with a screwdriver, and it loses its rigidity over time. Like you can see, this is already loose, and I haven't even untightened it yet. But that's fine, because actually this is okay. We need to move this up and out of the way. If I could get in there. The screen behind me is a microscope image that will come in handy soon. Is this one missing? Is that why it's loose? Nope, it's just... It's just loose. Wake up, Maggie, I'm sad to you. It's late September and you should be back at school. And then I beat up my camera. The other problem I ran into last time I tinkered around with this stupid thing is that if these two are not perfectly parallel, it makes it really hard to slide any of these pieces around, because it just jams up. And so you'd think like, oh, if it's like seizing in one location, you should just loosen it. So I tried, like, when I assembled it, I loosened everything, and that turned into hell. Come on. Really rather not rock it back and forth, but it just won't cooperate any other way. And this is how you do irreversible damage to the slides right here. Paint. What's paint? We don't need paint where we're going. And then we just tighten these guys back down while it's somewhat level. And it ain't going anywhere, so I'll just go ahead and tighten this one. Okay, that's like 90% of what I wanted to do. I would like to slide these all up, which means I don't really need to get in here, so that might actually not be too challenging. Although it is set up for ATX, I'd have to go get the board in order to line these up. So I think we just attempt to throw the board on it and see what happens. I mean, we don't need the SSD and the power supply. I at least got it set up for those better. And it might actually sit somewhat flush. We're actually going to do it this way. And I'm probably going to have to change the lens on the microscope at some point, because I don't know what it's set to right now. If we do the top over here, yeah, that should work. In fact, the teetering's gonna throw me off. If I could get it to sit flat. So if there's one thing you don't want while doing this, it's something to be rocking back and forth. Do you know stuff about RF signals? As pertains to remotes? I mean, I know like the very basics of like garage door remotes. Like most of them operate within like the 300 to 400 megahertz range. But outside of that, like no, I don't know much about remotes. Yeah, I'm not like, yeah, no worries. I'm definitely not like a licensed or experienced technician of any kind. I'm just a hobbyist that's trying to fix a motherboard, but taking the long way around. I'm gonna get rid of this thing too, because we don't need it. And it's just gonna be in the way. Apparently I did not commit. There we go. Wow, that was barely on there. Okay, that's reassuring. Who needs a power button? Jeremiah was a bullfrog. I wish I could play the music I was listening to for you guys, but Twitch will yell at me. And like, there's not even a screw in this little slide thing, and it still gets stuck. Okay. I guess I'll go get the board. Wait till you guys see this. This thing is foobard. It's foobard for sure. You can just chill right there. Okay. This is the Z270, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Because I've got a Z170 sitting around here too. And they can be mistaken from time to time. Okay. All right, I'm gonna attempt to show you just how fucked this thing is, but you know what? I should probably put it on the actual bench first before we do anything else. Well, I won't be able to demonstrate the level of warp that's going on here. Or is it the 170 that's warped? Because this doesn't look that bad. I mean, that's pretty straight. From a blind guy's perspective, anyways. Now, the other problem is my motherboard screws from my test bench are in the board that I sold the guy, I think. Shit. Surely there are motherboard screws around here somewhere. Okay, this might turn into a project. Well, it's already a project, let's be real. First, we check the accessories, and we hope to God it's an SLI bridge. That's kind of cool. But no signs of motherboard screws. It's an unopened firmware BIOS disk. Yeah, there's no screws. Okay. Now I gotta remember where they are. I had them out recently, but for what? Um, if I was smart about it, I would have put them all in the same place. But chances are, there's like one screw on every shelf. Where the hell would those be? I think I know. They better be in here, or we're boned for right now. There's another bracket. Oh yeah, I never labeled these. So this test bench came with all these little bags with different kinds of screws. And, well, first of all, I can already tell these are two totally different ones, so that's convenient. But the labels, which it's nice of them to label them, are all in Chinese. And so I remember when I was assembling this, using my Google Translate to figure out what the heck these were. That's all mounting stuff. That can hang out over there. We might need that. These are more little threads to mount. What are you? More mounting stuff. Dude, don't tell me I don't have motherboard screws handy. Because I'd really rather not dig those out right now. Should have known better. Alright, we're gonna have to dig. It's okay. Could they potentially be in this power supply box? The answer is no. It's not going to be that one either. It's got to be in here. We don't talk about it. Okay. Because I almost eat shit getting in my chair. Yes. I found them. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to attempt to show you guys just how screwed this thing is. Wow, that's as dark as it gets? Okay, well. So, what's the best way for me to do this? Actually, I'll just take this one. This one's gonna work better. Oh, talk about hanging on by a thread. Sorry, that's probably very disorienting. Oh, you know what? I've got the stupid background removal on that camera right now. That is not gonna work. It's okay, we have other ways. We have many other ways. We can just detach this. Or what, like maybe 45 minutes into the stream and I'm already disassembling the actual stream itself? Okay, so I'll get the microscope out so you can see this better, but all those little spots where it looks like there should be a pin or like there's an empty spot, those are all bent. This is gonna be a process. Those are all bent. I don't even know if there are broken ones. If there are broken ones, I'm gonna be really sad. We'll have to look at it up close and find out. I'm just too blind to be able to like look at it and be like, oh yeah, that's broken. So something like that. All right, let's see what the microscope can see. And I should probably get this out of the way. Definitely not kosher. Don't do that with your doodads. But how do you actually pop this out? It's been a while. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah. And then yeah, that's not going to get us anywhere near close enough. Okay. Drop you down to like right there-ish. I don't know which lens I have on the microscope too, so we may need to change that out. It might come to that. But We're probably still way too high. Yep. Here, I'm gonna kill these for a second. They're too bright for me anyways. Put it down like another 2 inches or so. 1.5 inches. There we go. Yeah, it's probably still too high. Yeah, this is the big boy lens. We probably don't need this. Being careful not to touch the lens. Pull these out. Trying to recall how this works exactly. I've only played with this thing a little bit. I think you just give it a little enthusiastic pull. Oh yeah. Okay. Let me go put this away. This one is for 12 millimeters to 3.2 centimeters. And you, oh, 9 to 300. Actually, that, or 9 to 30 cm. That sounds much better. Maybe don't do that. Set it down upside down on random plastic things with debris on it. Okay. Sorry, it's probably really bright. I know it's bright for me. Better than before. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. Thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. It'll soon be here. It'll be here. Better than before. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. Don't you look back. Oh yeah, I'm gonna want to rotate it a little bit. Well, I can pan the bench back and forth. That's not a big deal. Alright, here goes nothing. We almost have an image. Give me just a minute here. Luckily, it seems to have like a bit of a slot for you to slide it into. Wonder if I can focus on that from here. The answer is no. All right. Let me secure this. I figure that rather than subjecting you to me humming music, I will just keep it in my head. All right, clearly this is not lined up properly. It's not threading. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, we never mounted the actual motherboard. Jesus Christ. I don't actually know if it's these that would fit better. These are the same thread, they're just longer. Mm. Oh, this one's all mixed up. Fun. Okay. Well, we'll try one, see what happens. I realistically only need to put like 3. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I'll find something to stabilize it. These are probably a little long, but the board's not moving, so that's fine. Yeah, I might just do like 2 opposite corners or something to just to make sure it don't fall out. The real question is, am I lined up over there? No. Somewhere in that department. Damn it. We're gonna call that good. We're gonna call that secure. It's a miracle any of this stuff still works. Okay, now let's attempt to take a look at what the hell is going on here. I may have chosen a lens for too far of a distance, but you know what? I think it'll work. Let me raise it up one more time. It was preset for that like super up close, like 2000x or some ridiculous ass distance. We'll put it about there. I'm really blind, so I need it blown up like huge. The I have the thing being shot onto my monitor here. And the locking ring, that would be smart. Make sure we don't drop it. And then this should give us a little bit of playing around room. That should be plenty to be able to see what we're doing. Oh yeah. Okay. You know what's mildly worrying? They all look fucked. This whole thing looks fucked. Unless it's a perspective thing and I'm looking at it wrong. But it kind of looks like oh man. I can't actually move the board back far enough. So I'm gonna have to move the scope forward. To like almost the max. Now, what I'm wondering is, am I just blind or do they all look like they're bent? I'm really confused by that. I don't know, let's put something over there and see what happens. Maybe some perspective will help. Jesus, I got shaky hands today. This might not be the day, guys. I might not be able to do this. Ugh, dude, these might be broken. I barely touched it. That's fucking terrifying. I think this board's fucked. There might not be a repair. Fuck. Yeah, they're all in like. I don't think they're supposed to look like that, guys. It's like, unless it's a perspective thing throwing it off. But they don't look level. None of them do. Oh, am I crazy? They all look like they're off. Hang on. Not that my camera is going to be able to really do this, but I'll set it right here on the 24 pin. No, I didn't say zoom in. Relax. Oh yeah, it can't focus on that. Here, I'm gonna crank the light just for the camera for a second. Oh yeah. Focus on that. It can't do it. It just can't do it. Well, what worries me is they all look like they're bent in the same direction. Like, it's weird. But I don't know if that's how they're supposed to look. I'm pretty sure it's not. Oh, it's so bright. You know, the best part is I could sit here and fuck with this for like 12 hours. I don't even have a CPU to determine whether or not this thing works. That's the best part. I know the board's functional. I've just never thrown a CPU in it before. And I don't know if it's that guy's CPU from Facebook Marketplace that fucked it up, or if it was like this when I got it. I have no idea. But they all look like they're off kilter. Just don't look right. I don't know. Hopefully some professional shows up in the chat and goes, "You're an idiot. Those are fine. Just fix the ones that are bent." That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I need. Someone to come along and be like, "It's okay." And like those are in a different direction. So that's mildly terrifying. All right, well let's focus in on ones that we know for sure are bent. There's a couple in this corner down here that I'm pretty certain are foobarred. So we'll start with those. If nothing else, this will be good practice for when I have a board I actually care about and I don't want to fuck it up. But we are running into an issue. The slide retainer thingy for the motherboard is catching on the test bench. Or for the microscope, I should say. What the fuck am I hooked on? It definitely ain't phonics. Get off of there. I'm trying to be so nice to it. It's a bad noise. Okay. I'm gonna have to take those things off. Hang on. Because they're driving me fucking crazy. And they use a screwdriver. Phillips, in fact. We're gonna kill that because it's blinding. I thought I could set it up so that these wouldn't be in the way. That's not the case at all. Here, better yet. So, balls. I think the scope's in the way now. God damn it. I can't win. Close that for safety. Cannot win with this thing. There we go. Now at least it won't get caught on that. That was driving me fucking bananas. Just need a way to set it flat. What's up? What's going on? Sorry, it's dark right now. Here, let me turn the light back on. And attempt to show you what it is I'm doing. I'm trying to extract every ounce of life left in this poor motherboard, man. No, 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 not tech doctor. More like, well, I would say Frankenstein, but not even that. At least Frankenstein knew what he was, well, Dr. Frankenstein knew what he was doing. I'm trying to figure out which ones of these are foobarred, and I couldn't tell you. It looks like they all are, to be honest. That one definitely is. Okay, let's take a crack at that one first. We'll start there. Because if I can't do one... Oh boy. This may not go well, just a heads up. So my strategy here is going to be to try to get the pick underneath it, and I'm going to try to create a fulcrum with my finger and just kind of push that bitch back into place. That's the plan anyways. Look, there's like 3 more right next to it that are foobarred too, over here in this corner. Yeah, Nerve-wracking is definitely how I would describe it as well. Oh, it's so loose. I think it's broken, dude. Ugh, I can't get in there. This board might be fucked, guys. Can't look. Yeah, it's like pulling teeth, right? Hold still. I gotta change my angle here. I think what I should try to do, because it's so loose, instead of trying to get underneath it, I'm just gonna like grab it with my shaky ass hands. Jesus Christ. I can't. I can't do it. Maybe if I just hold them together, I can get underneath it. Come here, you little fucker. Ugh. Oh yeah. Hold still. I think the problem is I have to like compress the tweezers together. Maybe I should find something that doesn't require that because I think it's the strain on my fingers that's making my hand shake so much. I don't know. Or I should just go drink some alcohol. That'd probably calm me down. And then make me totally incapable of even remotely trying to fix this. Hold still fingers. Oh, I got it. Oh, I probably just fucked it up. I don't know, it's hard to tell because like they all look like they're bent, but when you look at them head on without the microscope, they look fine. So, am I crazy? Or are they all bent? Is it like literally every single one? Ugh. I wish I knew what I was doing. Yeah, I hope nobody's like, I hope nobody watches this and goes, gee, good thing this hippie guy knows how to fix this thing, because I sure don't. And then uses this as some kind of like tutorial. I'm gonna find something that doesn't require. Well, I guess I don't need to compress them. I can just use one end. That might work better. Let's try that first. I need to anchor my hand somewhere though. And this thing's fucking weebling and wobbling all over the place. That's kosher, right? Just throw something underneath it. Less shaking. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, and I fucked up the height too by moving the bench. And I don't even have a clue where we where we were. Oh, we're right here. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to move the scope up again because we're way out of focus. give myself some room to breathe a little bit. And maybe we just use the locking ring to keep the scope from falling down, and then we loosen the actual bracket. And we use that to turn it, like that. I don't know, I'm still learning how to use this thing. I have no idea. That looks pretty good. Here, I'll show you what I'm looking at, because it's pretty nifty. Just for the funsies. Oh, I did not need to loosen that. Duh. So I've got it on this little monitor for the microscope, but then I have it on my big boy monitor behind it, which this is what we're dealing with here. Got my chat over there because I'm blind. Gotta have big boy chat. Yeah. Yeah. Somewhere in that department. Big ass fonts, that's right. Got the big boy font. Okay. Problem is, here, we'll try it like that. See what that does for us. I just need you to go a little to the right. Think you can do that for me? It says no. I think I am gonna have to grab it. I don't see any other way, unless I come at it from this side, but then I'm kind of worried about scratching the other one. Not scratching it, but worried about beating up the other one. Ugh. So I think we're gonna have to fatigue it enough to have it line up on the rebound of the bend, like bend it past where it actually needs to go, and then let it come back. Or I'm crazy, I don't know. I'm gonna get a different pick. I can't. This thing. And then he thought to himself, but where are my picks? Fuck. Um, they're in a backpack somewhere. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to ask. I'm using a little lav mic on my shirt today. What's it sound like? Does it sound tolerable? Oh, I know where it is. It's in the clear bin, which is buried in shit. I've got something else for the volume is a bit low, my volume's cranked full. Gotcha. I do have this little specimen that we're gonna play around with one day. This is a Dell like enterprise like business laptop. This thing is chunky, but it's from like 2013, or something. And boy, is it ugly. I can't wait to take it apart. Another. There they are. Jumbo sandwich, that's right. It is a jumbo sandwich. Like, I don't know if that would be better, or maybe reverse tweezers, but these are too big. Like, these are super fat. They're massive. And apparently the end is broken off of them. We could try plastic. Or, actually, I think these are what I fixed my CPU with. Maybe we'll try these. They're a little wider. Okay, they're a lot wider. Oh yeah, I know, right? Like, I just got into PC gaming in like 20, well, it's probably like 2011, 2012, 2013, somewhere in there. I didn't know anything about anything, and I still don't. Dude, these are too damn big. Well, I don't know. Look at that. I got a grab on it already. In fact, hold still there, friend. Ugh, it's mortifying. I know, right? If only you knew how much pressure I was putting on that. That was the scary part. Cause I'm like, it won't move, but I know I need to keep pushing more. Fuck. I mean, it's closer to where it needs to be, right? Ugh. These might be too big. I can feel them touching other pins. I'm not equipped for this shit, man. I'm just a guy trying to get this damn motherboard to work again. That's closer. But like I said, what worries me is that they all look bent. I don't know if they're all bent like down into the right, or if they're supposed to look like that. I Maybe we throw another board under it to compare. I've got a Z170 sitting over here. Watching Linus Tech Tips and Jay's 2 cents vid doing this the other day. They have a pretty good video about it recently. When I bought this board, I didn't know that it was FUBARD. And, well, let me rephrase that. I thought the board was fine when I got it. I didn't see any problems, although I did not have a microscope when I bought this, and I did not know enough to be able to determine at the time whether or not it was foobarred. And then, like, I used this to test a guy's CPU, and his CPU was like the actual chip had bowed into a bowl, like the ends were folded in, and everything was fucked on that CPU. I don't even know why I let him put it in this motherboard, but here we are. I was trying to help the guy. And I'm not sure if it was his CPU that did it, or if it was already like this when I bought it. I never actually used this thing, so. You know what else might work? Little baby flathead. Or if I had a small enough bit, you see how like this bit has a little hole in the middle? If I had something smaller that was like this, put it on the end of a screwdriver and just set it on the pin and then straighten it, that might actually work, but it's way too big. And I'm pretty sure I don't have anything smaller. Well, that's a little smaller. It's also definitely not what this is for. I think the video was about how to save some cash by buying these kinds of Mobos from eBay and fix it yourself. Yeah, if I was actually good at it, I would do that. How about vape tweezers? Vape tweezers? What are vape tweezers? Oh, here's an interesting little torture device. Focus. That might be able to get in there, but it's probably still too big. Like, the actual bits on the end here are probably wider than the pins and the gaps and the pins next to them combined. Or I could just throw a tiny flathead on the end of the screwdriver and see if that works. I don't know. I don't know if that's still a thing. Tweezers with really thin ends, almost like a needle. Ah. Well, you know, you'd think at first, looking at this, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's nice and tiny on the end. But then you get it up next to these pins, and it looks like a fucking a monster. It's like, I am the pin snapper. I will I will come ruin your day. Oh yeah, these were the first ones I was using, but I'm not confident in my ability to use them properly. I feel like I have to grab this fucking thing to keep it from shaking too. Okay, that's a solid grab. So it just needs to come a little more that way. Oh, oh man, I just mucked that up. Did I say this wasn't a tutorial yet? I did say that, right? Do as I, well, don't do as I say, and also don't do as I do. Yet. I think I made it worse. Oh, here we go. That's progress. Okay. Ugh. That's marginally better. I don't know if that would line up if I dropped a CPU in it, but fuck. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to look at the end. Because what I'm trying to figure out is because what it looks like to me is that they all got like squished down in the same direction, but I also kind of feel like if that was the case, they'd be way more fucked than they currently are. Like, do they need to be standing up? Is that the orientation? You know what? I have Google. Hang on. Yo, actually, I think we might be in business. Okay, there's still a chance we can fix this thing. Because this is an LGA 1151 socket, and you can see they're all in that orientation. So they're supposed to be like that. At least there's that. In fact, I don't know, that might be Shmoo in the corner there. But yeah, I think they're supposed to look like that. I don't know, I'm not a goddamn tech. This is an image on Flickr. There's approximately 13 ads, but it's a really good image. I don't know, Chief, that doesn't look the same. I'm a believer. Like, is it just perspective because we're looking at them top down? Because I didn't use my microscope to fix my CPU, which is a Ryzen 5600X. Um, and I'll show you what those pins look like, because those are way different. they look like they look like little fingers sticking out of the CPU, and they're straight up and down. Went away again in Margaritaville. Tab opened in background. If I open an image in a new tab, I want that tab to be open. But yeah, these are way easier to work with. Here's an image of some bent pins on a Ryzen CPU. And they're just like very straight. You can tell exactly where they're coming from, and you can literally just wedge something in there and then back into place. But I'm in perspective hell over here because I can't tell what's FUBART and what's not. But that's okay. I think we got most of one fixed, but there's definitely more. There's like that's the one we were fucking with. Looks easier to straighten. It was. I didn't even. All I had was I put an iPhone on a tripod. I turned on the macro lens and I just zoomed in as much as possible. And then I took my tweezers in there and I could straighten like 3 of them at a time. It was so easy compared to this. This is way more challenging. So there's definitely some down there that need attention. We're in the dark on this one, so let me get some more light. Isn't it crazy how they can manufacture things so goddamn tiny? And this isn't even small in comparison to like what real small stuff is. Like, isn't Taiwan Silicon Manufacturing Company aren't they on like 3 nanometer or some crazy transistor size at this point? 3 nanometers. I don't know if you can even visualize that. Okay, well, looking at that picture helped a lot because now I feel like we're not as fucked. But I do want to Taiwan #1. Yeah, let's go Taiwan. Apparently, they're having trouble with their new fab in the US, or so I've heard. Something about regulation keeping them from putting like their most current tech in their fab or some such thing. That one's kind of wonky. But I know it's my own damn fault. Are we out of focus or am I just blind? Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I forgot I put this on a swivel. Duh. It's fine. Alright, let's try to get in there and see when they're all at an angle like that, it's hard to tell like which ones are fucked and which ones are just weird or look out of place. I'm gonna have to grab this one. Um, I was telling somebody about you recently, actually. Somebody that I came into contact with. Um, you remember Zombie? Uh, yeah, of course. Eh, yeah, she was pretty cool. Excuse me, sir. It's time for you. It's time for you to get back in line. Oh, it's fucking terrifying. Oops. That's marginally better. She's doing good. Now what in the fuck is going on over here? That looks effed up. That's because it is. It's super effed up. Bro. Oh no. That's super effed up. Okay, hang on. I need to consult the Google. uh, okay. According to Google Gemini's AI overview of my search query, on the LGA 1151 socket, the pins are not meant to be completely straight. They are designed with a slight bend or angle, which allows the CPU to make proper contact with the socket when inserted, essentially acting like small springs. If you see significantly bent pins, it indicates damage and could cause issues with your system. Okay, so basically these are just like they're like the little tab inside like a battery compartment. Um, and when you insert the battery, I don't know, I guess, well, no, that's less of I think that's a little different in the way that it works, but okay, well, this is gonna be fun. Shit. I don't even know where we are on the board here. We're apparently right here. Okay. I lost myself. Oh, there we are. Okay, I'm gonna start with this one because it looks like it might be the easiest one. What is your problem, friend? What ails you? Ugh. Oh, there's even like a little cutout. Jesus Christ, that's terrifying. There's a little cutout right here for the pins. See? So they need to be at least in that direction. Which means, oh, fuck. Oh, the brutality. Okay. Dude, oh yeah, there's like at least 10 or 12 that are like absolutely, there's no shot that they're gonna make contact. There's at least 10 or 12 like that. I'm gonna be here a while. Oh, I'm gonna have to try a different approach here. I'm gonna try, because they seem like they're bent down already. Is that one folded over? Am I crazy? It's folded backwards. That's what happened. Fuck. Okay, so I'm gonna have to try to get Like if it's folded like this, I'm gonna have to get underneath it and try to like do one of those. Man, what did I sign up for? They don't pay me enough for this shit. They don't pay me at all. How the fuck am I gonna get underneath that thing? With my left hand? I'm afraid it might break. Yeah, me too. There's gotta be a way to do this. Alright, I'm gonna try a little baby flathead. Little baby flathead. Unless I can get this in there, but I doubt it. Yeah, it's way too big. Okay. How malleable that stuff is. Surprisingly, well, at least the pins on the Ryzen CPU, they they're pretty thick for how small they are, and they've got some wiggle before they'll snap. Um, but these are like little thin, like they're not like metal. I don't think they're very thick. You know what I mean? They're like more flat, and they just seem like they're gonna snap. So let's just do a quick size comparison. That's way too damn big. I swear iFixit needs to like make a bit specifically for this, for pin bending. They probably have something that would be useful. Or they probably just tell me to go to school, figure it out. Could you guys make a special bit for my screwdriver that lets me fix pins? Like really easily? Yeah, dog, I don't know about this. It's copper, right? I'm assuming it's copper. Even like thick gauge copper, if you bend it a couple of times, it'll just come apart. I had that happen when I was replacing an outlet recently. Uh, they they went for they went for one of those hooks that like leads into the connector in the outlet in the actual box, and I couldn't get well, I got the screw off, but the hook was jammed in there. So I took my screwdriver and like let's say this is the hook and it's jammed inside the thing. I took it like this and tried to bend it upwards and it just snapped. Well, my right hand is much better at this, so maybe I should flip the whole thing around and come at it from a different angle. Because if I can come at it like this, I don't even know where the hell I am. If I can come at it like this, I might be able to do it. I don't know, dude. We're gonna try it. I gotta remember where the hell I am. I'm in this corner. This is, I'm way in over my head. A little bit of dust. Now we just need to find out roughly where we were. I think it was somewhere over here. I'm struggling to keep this all together. That's clearly not the right spot. I think it's the other corner. Fuck. Okay. Now, do we go for the gold right away, or do we try to fix the ones around it first? That's the question. How do I do it without... I need somewhere I can put my hand that's not like... I mean, we're already definitely dealing with a fucked motherboard, so if electrostatic discharge is something that should be concerning, or is concerning to you, I'm sorry. I'm gonna use the motherboard as a hand rest. Maybe we try to fix some of the other ones first, near it, because like this one's bent in the opposite direction. So is this one. I'm having trouble committing to it. Jesus. Take the fucking wheel. Actually, I think what'll work better is if I rotate it a little bit. I might come at it from in here, because this one's in my way. I need to relax my arm. If I could get in there. Damn it, I can't get in there. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, you see that? Shit. This one's fucked too. I should probably try to straighten this one first before I go putting the other one on top of it. But I can't tell what's wrong with that one. Oh no, it's the one in front of it that's... I see what's going on. Oh. Here, how about some focus? So I gotta ask, uh, would you like, would you like shit your pants if like a little guy just like crawled out of this hole right here and started waving at us, I would. I would definitely be pooping my pants. Oh. Yeah, the problem is this one in front of it. Because if I straighten it, I'm not going to be able to get to the other one. So I think I have to do this one first, which is even deeper in the weeds. Is it going to catch on this one? What even happened over here? Ugh. I'm trying to get in between them, and I cannot. Dang it. Fuck. It's like the bit's still too big. Look how tiny that screwdriver bit is. I don't have a clue what this is for, but this might help. It's even tinier. What more could I ask? Oh, oh God, where did it? Oh, it's right there. I was like, where'd it go? It's still big. Yeah, that's the problem. It's so tiny. It's like half the size of a grain of rice, dude. It's so tiny. I just need one with like a little nub on the end, even just a little round nub that was tiny enough would be perfect. I'm gonna attempt to at least get this one out of the way. Oh, look how curled up it is, dude. Look at that. Is it like melted into itself? What the fuck happened to this thing? So this is a Z270 FTWK. Um, it's an SLI board, but if I'm not mistaken, it's also like high-end overclocking capable, like extreme overclocking. Mayhaps it was used for that at some point. I don't know. I got this at Goodwill, so Who fucking knows? It looked brand new when I got it. And now I'm convinced that just by looking at this, that guy's CPU was not the cause of all this. This is beyond like how does that even happen? It looks fused together. I ain't gonna lie, I don't think I can fix that. I can bend it, but I don't have solder and all that. I just want to get it out of the way enough to be able to work on the one next to it. Oh, Jesus. And then I bend like 6 pins in the process. That's terrifying, dude. Well, I'm glad nobody bought these motherboards from me. Yeah, that ain't coming apart. I'm putting a lot of pressure on that. Oh, oh wait, bro, bro. It's not fused together. At least I don't think it is. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on. I need to get in between there and then give it a little oomph from back here because it needs to come. It's like curled, but it's also twisted. So I need to get in there and like untwist it somehow, which forget about it. Jesus is right. I think we're on the right track though with what we're doing here. God, I hope so. Because I feel like I'm being really mean to it. I mean, I am. I don't recommend this. If your motherboard looks like this, it's time for a new one. Maybe I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. Let me get this out of the way. This one I think I can do. Oh, did you see that little fleck of whatever it was that landed in here? Something went flying off the off the thing. I probably scratched it. Oh, oh no. Did it break? Fuck. No, it's still attached. I thought it snapped because it went a funny direct. Oh no, dude. That's, yep, and it broke. Well, man, it's totally busted. It's fucked. It's foobarred. It's a damn shame too, because, while I was never gonna use this motherboard, I'm a I'm very big on like keeping technology out of the ground. And this is now basically going to have to go to a landfill or an electronics recycling joint, and that's really unfortunate because um, in testing, the RAM slots work, the PCIe slots work, the I/O I think works. I couldn't get into the BIOS because I don't have a CPU, but I could get video out, which means something on this motherboard is still functional. And that's really a shame. And now I'm responsible for having fucked it. Well, it was already kind of fucked, but I fucked it even more. And that makes me sad. It really does. Because now I know, like, the fate of this thing is no longer, like, to be... Because this would be the perfect board for somebody who wants to do, like, a retro sleeper with SLI and overclocking and all that fancy shit. And now it's useless. There's nothing you can do with this now, as far as I know. But I'm still gonna practice fixing these. Come on. Oh, bro. Practice board? Yeah, that's a good point. I could use it as like a soldering playground and just practice replacing capacitors or something on it. That's not a terrible idea. And then it'd at least get used for something. Because there's nothing worse than, like, I mean, this thing was manufactured. It sat in a box. Maybe that guy's CPU bent the pins. Maybe the previous owner bent the pins. And everything else about it is brand spanking new. I mean, there wasn't even like a speck of dust on it when I got it. And it's kind of a collector's item in the world of, like, computer parts because it's like it's EVGA for one. I think I just snapped the end off that other one too. Yeah, I did. I snapped the end right off. Well, now we know not to do that. That technique is not the technique. I find myself using the monitor rather than the actual microscope monitor. Oh yeah, my magnetic bit managed to grab the... Oh no, it didn't. Wait, did it? Yeah, it's stuck to the end of the screwdriver there. Fuck. Can you find the motherboard part? Focus. I sure can't. It's on there. Believe it or not. The brand is dead, so the hardware should be dead too. Damn. I mean, EVGA still exists. They just don't make anything anymore, as far as I know. I think they're still making power supplies and accessories, maybe, but they're not doing GPUs and they're definitely not doing motherboards. Well, we did manage to get it to kind of face the right direction. It's it's kind of facing the right way. The end's fucked, but in my defense, it was already fucked. Now the real problem is this guy in the corner. The whole reason I flipped it around. Whereabouts are we? We're right here. And this is why I wanted to flip it around so I could come at it from this side. What do you think the odds are this one doesn't snap? Need a steeper angle. Oh. 50-50. I don't know, we're already 2 for 2 with the old snapping the ends off. Broke both of them. Damn you. Come apart. Did I at least separate it? Oh, look, I separated it a little bit. Now we just gotta get it. Oh. Doesn't look as bad as the other two. Actually, yeah, you're right, it doesn't. And this was the one I was worried about the most. I thought this one was going to be the tough one. I'm like, I'll get the easy ones out of the way. Oh, shit. Uh, now we have two bends in it. Now it's like an S. It's all squiggly. Well, I think what I'll do is I'll at least lay it down where it should be, which is forward a little bit. Without breaking it, maybe. Look, me and the pin can both fit in this little tiny slot as I collect gunk on the end of my bit. Ew. My phone died. Is that why the music stopped? No. It just said, you know what? No more music. YouTube. You know there's like such thing as a next button. Oh, I see the problem. Did my internet just go out? Are micro pliers a thing? Imagine if you have micro pliers. Just clip the and end of the pin and flip it. That would be ideal. Yeah, micro pliers. Actually, in surgery, basically what they have in like high precision, like high stakes surgery. Hang on, I can't. Oh, oh my god! And then I launched the whole thing everywhere. Uh, I think YouTube is just being stupid. We're connected, I promise. We are on the internet. The doors just broke YouTube for some reason. Okay. Yeah, in like high precision surgery, um, what they have is this apparatus that you put your hands into, and or you well actually I think the way that it works is it's actually not that different from like a game controller. So you have like controls and buttons that do things. I think there may even be a joystick involved, and what you're manipulating is actually a teeny tiny little robot, which you get basically a microscope view of what's happening inside the person, and you have this little teeny tiny robot in there, and it can like stitch things, it can cut things. It's really neat, and you're controlling it, and like you might move the joystick like this, and the little robot is just making the tiniest little adjustments, um, for the sake of, precision. Oh, I see what happened. This wasn't tightened all the way and it slipped out. That's unfortunate. Which one is it? I hope it's this one. That's what I don't like about this test bench. It was like the cost of a regular PC case, and it just doesn't stay together. Like, these little threads just loosen up over time. It's kind of infuriating. And like anytime you pick it up and move it, you're loosening shit, and then you have to like go back and tighten it. Um, where the hell were we? I don't even know what fucking department of this motherboard we're on anymore, dude. Oh, here we are. Wait. Yeah, that's the right spot. Why can't I move my little jig here? There we go. Oh, Jesus. Oh, it's this guy. I see. Well, here, I can just swing you over. Give me shelter. Oh, I'm gonna fade away. Um, I can see the reflection of the screwdriver, but I don't know where the screwdriver is. Oh, there we go. I think what needs to happen is it should come forward a little bit without breaking it. Well, actually, I don't know. I think the base of it is actually pretty straight. It's crooked in here, which would probably require more precision than I'm capable of. Also, I just discovered something. What is that? Should I etch my name into this thing? Oh, look, we got a nice canvas right over here. Okay, we're not etching names into things. And that's why this is the fun board, the one we can afford to break now. That seems effective, but the rebound's gonna put it right back where it was. We don't talk about that, okay? That was a stoner moment, alright? I didn't mean to. How the hell am I gonna straighten that with a flat head, dude? Watch the whole thing just come out of the socket. I still feel like it needs to go this way, but I'm afraid I'm gonna bend the whole pin and not the end of it. I think I need to go back to tweezers. Actually, look at this hippie tripping balls. Nah, man, it ain't like that. Gee, that probably would have helped earlier. These things get pretty bright, actually. Where's the fucking remote? I just, I'm very light sensitive, so I can't handle all that brightness. It's like actually blinding. Like if I look at the actual board and not at the screen, I can't see anything because it's just so much light from those little LEDs. All right, here's the plan. First, we're gonna get lined up, and we're gonna try to grab it just right. Gotta go fetch the kiddo from school. Oh yeah, you do too, man. Thanks for coming by. It was fun. You got to witness the best part, because it's definitely all downhill from here. Definitely all downhill from here. Let's see what that did. That may have made it worse. Oh, I heard a click. That was terrifying. What might need to happen is actually we come in from here. If I could get situated. Where the fuck am I? Oh, we might need to come in from here, grab it, and then try to flatten it. I don't know if that's a good idea or bad idea. I'll try it. Oh, fuck. I'm a genius, I swear. Fucking genius. I just let the fucking socket cover crash into itself. second. It's fine. They probably account for that in production. They're like, yeah, some dumbass is gonna pick this up without it being set up right. And then, yeah, I think the play here now, since we got it kind of bent back in the right direction, is going to be to grab it and attempt to flatten it. I don't know. And then we got this whole bitched up corner over here. And we're out of focus. It's per usual. What's going on with that one? That one looks twisted. Uh, this one is particularly beat up. This one looks like it got... This one might already be snapped. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think this is the one I snapped. Balls. Give me that shit. Oh yeah, that's already broken. That's just a piece of the other one sitting next to it. Or a piece of it sitting next to the other one. Shit. I'm not actually sure what's going on here. Oh, I see. Okay. So what I need to do is probably just approach this like... Dang it. We're doing the rotation from hell. Oh, it's just so tight. I don't want to put any more pressure on it. It's gonna snap. If I had more dexterity, I could grab the fucking thing. More agility, I mean. Ugh. So, be careful. It's a lot harder when I don't have somewhere to rest my hand. Make the scene. All right. Okay. Oh, I almost had it. I just need to grab it enough to where I can roll the tweezers over. Shit. Shit, I grabbed another one. Shit. Fuck it. Wow, this one like straight up curled up. You can literally watch it uncurl and then curl back up. Man, there's no hope for this thing. Especially not with me working on it. Should just take one side and get in there. I should, okay, here's what we do. We get one end underneath it. I'll grab with the top half. Ugh. That to go home. I thought maybe I could like grab it and then roll it out. But I don't think that's gonna work. Because I can't fucking grab it. Not for lack of trying either. Damn it, I'm clumsy. Alright, what if I try from here? I'll try to get underneath it. Just, I can't operate this thing without being able to anchor my hand somewhere. Jesus. Freaking wall, it's like cutting off my circulation. Legs numb. I'm in rough shape, guys. I killed my board. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move this a little bit. I'm gonna try to anchor here. Oh. be mistaken. Okay. Okay. Oh, I can feel the blood coming back to my leg. Shit. Oh my god, we did it. We hooked it. Oh, shit. Well, it's marginally better. It's actually not that bad. I mean, it probably still wouldn't work, but it's better than some of our previous attempts. All right, so we just got that one in the corner. This thing looks like a dog got a hold of it. It's so mangled and folded up. Fucking capacitors are just shaking in their boots over here. They're like, what the fuck are you doing to us? Oh, well, that just... Oh no, I thought it snapped off. We're good, we're good, we're good. I must say, fixing AM5 was a lot easier than this. Fixing AM5 was a lot easier. AM4. Now the door out. Shit, I just saw a piece go flying. I think we snapped it. I don't think there was any hope for that one. That one was pretty foolhardy. Whale? A lot of these actually don't look that bad. No. I mean, I think that's pretty much all the ones that were really screwed up. Let me Let me see if I can get a better height on all these, and I'll try to look at all of them together. So we can pan over a bunch of them at the same time. Just looking for any more that look out of place. What's going on in the corner there? Oh, that looks fine. Uh-oh. That's problematic. All right. Somewhere in that department. You appear to be sideways, sir. Completely lost the screwdriver there. This is a tough cookie to crack. Shit. I can't keep it on there long enough to bend it. It just slips off. Or it does bend, but then it just rebounds. I'm trying not to flick it in that direction, but that appears to be the only way I can get it to move. Man, now I'm having trouble telling which one's which. They're like tangled in each other. Oh, I see. I think this one's just gonna snap too. It's very bent. I can feel it. It's like a loose tooth. Like you just kind of know that its time is up. Come on. Alright, I'm gonna try to... I'm gonna try to pin it. And I'm gonna try to push it that way a little. Okay, that's a start. And then we need to grab tweezers. We need to like take it and like grab it and bend it that way somehow. Somehow. Oh yeah, John did say. That'll probably make it a little more audible. I have it cranked in Windows and in my mixer, so I don't know what else to do with this poor little microphone. It's so quiet. Uh, so we're probably going to have to come at it like this, grab it, and then twist. Something like that might actually prevent it from snapping. Oh. There we go. Or actually, what might work... My left hand is definitely not capable of this, but I'm going to try it anyways. Dang, I was that far off. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to flip these around. That ain't gonna happen. This is pretty much what I was trying to do. Just enough to get it lifted up a little bit, and then I can come back with the screwdriver and tweak it a little. Shit. Ah. This is really tough with my left hand. I want to like pull on it to bend it, but I know that's just gonna break it. That's how I broke the other two. Dang it. Where the hell did it even go? Oh, it's right there. All right, what about grabbing it like this, twisting? Oh, that's progress. Believe it or not, that's progress. Shit. Did it just break? Did I just snap it off? No. Wow, that's much better. Jesus. If only I'd have thought of that before. Light? What's that? Oh, maybe it did get snapped off. Hang on. Oh no, it's still there. It's still there. There's hope. We just need to get that kink out, and it'll be fine. Little tiny movements, friends. Little tiny movements. And then we need to straighten it. But I think I can just kind of, yeah, do one of those. And then kind of cock it back into shape by just taking it and giving it a little tweak. I mean, that's a hell of an improvement. I wouldn't say it's fixed. It's definitely not fixed. But this is good practice. I don't see any more in this section. Is that a hair? Or like a little piece of dust or something? It's blowing in the wind. I'm trying to figure out how to approach this little thing. I think I should come at it like this. Oh no, I'm probably making it worse. Here, if I can get underneath it, you can grab it and get it out of there. Problem is, I can't sit still. Come here, damn it. Oh, now I'm grabbing pins. Get over here. I want whatever you are. I want it. Give me that fucking thing. Oh, so close. I got it. I got the fucker. I think. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I definitely still have it. Here, let's see if we can get a close-up of it somehow. Like a really, really good close-up. Oh, I went the wrong way. Good job, genius. I can't get it to focus on the tweezers. Probably because I can't hold them still long enough. And probably because I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, no, I can't do it. But I caught that fucker. Some little hair or some shit. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna do one more pass over the board, or over the socket at least, and make sure I got them all. There might be one in that corner that's still fucked. Let's find out. Actually, I think we're okay. I think that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna sweep around a little bit. These were tricky over here in this section. I have never had to fight with something that small. It's ridiculous. Oh, another hair, presumably. There's actually a good chance that's mine, too. Can I fish it out without fucking anything else up? Okay. So we're gonna come at it like this. I'll be taking that, thank you. For scale, don't think you can see that, but maybe with a dark background. Oh, there we go. Yep, that little tiny speck. I guess I'm just fascinated with the whole microscope thing. Because I already see a whole new world when I put my glasses on. And this is like, this is like 15 whole new worlds. It really helps put, I guess, the world in perspective. I don't know. It shows you that even really, really tiny things can be very intricate and have lots of detail. And in our scale, our portion of the size world, you know, little things tend to have no significance whatsoever. But in this world, in the teeny tiny world, small is relative or something. Come here. Come here. Come here. I want that piece of hair right now. I think we'll get this piece of hair out and then we'll call it a day. Oh, god damn it, my shaky hands. Sorry, I'm probably blocking that with the stupid other camera. Duh. Come here, little fuzzy thing. bends pins, removing one small speck of fuzz. It's like literally one fiber. Come the fuck here. Ah, shit. I will remove the fuzz. Damn it. I was so close. Oh, I got it. I should put this on a slide and see what it is. Uh, well, this was something. Don't necessarily know that I'll be doing one of these again. I do have a couple of things I need to fix. This was not a guarantee. There were like 10 pins that were out of whack. And so I wasn't expecting to get it working. They are significantly straighter than they were. Two of them lost their little curly cues on the end, which is unfortunate. Maybe one day when I come across a CPU, I'll see if it fits in here. And, well, when I come across a CPU that does fit in here, I will attempt to see if this thing actually works. That'd be fantastic. But I highly doubt it. I'm pretty sure, like, this thing's foobarred. But with that, like I said at the beginning, this was not a tutorial. This is just me tinkering, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what this is. This is the late night ramblings of someone who wishes he knew how to repair things. I don't know. Maybe I'll learn one day. But let me close this projection. Here we go. I mean, I had fun either way. Mr. Keggy Weggy Baby, thank you for coming in and saying hello. Maybe I'll cut this up and put the more interesting parts on YouTube or something. I know the VOD will go up on YouTube, but I think I'm done for the day. I have been sufficiently beaten by this motherboard, and so here we are. I think I'm gonna try to do some Rocket League or Outward or something tomorrow. I don't know, but I'll try to stream something tomorrow. Uh, if you watched, thank you for watching. I've got a YouTube channel where I do dumb shit like this sometimes, occasionally. And yeah, bye.